July 11th, 2025. The beacon of a Falcon 8X lights up over the skies of Europe. Its destination was the picturesque Italian island of Sardinia. The jet carries a certain Dutchman, his wife, and their newborn child. Details of this trip were supposed to be top secret, but an obsessed kid on Twitter leaked the jet's location. A few days before, former F1 driver Ralf Schumacher had told the media that a high-profile motorsport executive was also holidaying in Sardinia. Docked on that island is a majestic $27 million yacht. The owner had given it the name V. I know you were expecting a longer name, but that is the entire name of a 50-meter-long vessel. The yacht, a Mangusta 165, was only built in 2021. It is designed for 12 people, and today it is about to receive a very special guest. It sails under a Malta flag, but belongs to a high-ranking motorsport figure from Austria, Toto Wolff. The reigning champion in F1 and its richest team principal have been placed at the exact coordinate for over 5 hours. What are the odds that they are discussing the terms of a contract? Clearly, these men are hashing out the terms of a negotiation, and today we will piece together the exact details of that 5-hour conversation. F1 contracts are not simple employment agreements. They are intricate legal instruments that govern every conceivable aspect of a driver's life, from their astronomical salary and on-track performance targets to their commercial rights, media duties, and even which brand of watch they can wear. Max has a contract till 2028, but as one insider puts it, contracts in Formula One are worth only so much as you are willing to pay to break them. This is a world where loyalty is a commodity, where personal relationships can be as powerful as any legal clause, and where a single sentence can be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. This is an anatomy of a Formula One contract. Subscribe to the channel. Welcome to Front Lockout. Chapter 1. The Art of the Deal. The negotiation is a multi-layered dialogue, a chess match played over days, weeks, or even months. It typically involves the team principal, the driver's agent, and their respective legal teams. The team makes an initial offer. The driver's agent responds with a counteroffer, seeking to optimize every possible term. The terms are exhaustive. Let's break down the key components. First, the financials. Base salary. This is the driver's guaranteed annual income. It's determined by their seniority, experience, and performance. For the sport's elite, like Max Verstappen, this can be an astronomical sum, reportedly in the range of $60 to $100 million per year, if accounting for bonuses. It's important to note that driver salaries are excluded from the sport's cost cap, allowing teams to invest heavily in top talent. Performance bonuses. These are incentives tied to specific achievements, podium finishes, race wins, championship points, or the team's final position in the Constructors' Championship. Signing bonuses. A large, one-time payment made to the driver when they sign the contract, a powerful upfront incentive. Next, the duration. Contracts are typically multi-year deals, ranging from 1 to 3 seasons. However, to lock in top talent, teams are increasingly offering longer-term contracts. Verstappen's current deal runs until 2028. These contracts almost always include options for renewal or extension, often tied to performance metrics for both the driver and the team. Then, the performance clauses. These are the teeth of the contract. They define the team's expectations for a driver's results. This can include minimum championship finishes or points targets. Failure to meet these benchmarks can result in penalties, like reduced pay or even the team having the option to replace the driver. Top drivers also negotiate performance clauses for the team. Max Verstappen's contract, for example, reportedly includes an exit clause that allows him to leave if RedBull's car is not competitive enough. And the commercial rights. This is a hugely significant area. The contract details how a driver must represent the team and its sponsors, governing everything from media appearances to their social media presence. Image rights. How a driver's name and likeness are used are a major negotiation point. Drivers and their agents fight to retain control over their personal brand while aligning with the team's commercial partners. Finally, the driver's duties. Beyond the racetrack, a driver's life is governed by the contract. They are obligated to participate in extensive testing, thousands of hours of simulator work, and active involvement in car development. They must attend factory visits, host team sponsors, and engage with the media. Every one of these points is a battleground for negotiation. Agents might lowball an initial offer or use a pregnant pause to gain leverage. Teams might strategically delay talks to see how the driver market evolves. But for a driver, the ultimate leverage is, and always will be, exceptional performance on the track. And Verstappen's performance is unrivaled in recent years. Chapter 2. Making it official. Once the marathon negotiation is complete, the process moves to finalization. The team's legal department drafts the comprehensive contract, which is then subjected to an exhaustive review by the driver's own legal counsel. The goal is absolute clarity and precision, eliminating any ambiguity that could lead to a dispute down the road. For larger teams, the contract often requires ratification by a corporate board of directors, ensuring the multi-million-dollar agreement aligns with the company's broader strategic goals. This fuels the rumor that Toto was trying to get the board's approval before pulling the trigger, which, by the way, he got. Then comes the formal signing, the moment that legally binds all parties. But there is one final, crucial step. Every F1 driver contract must be officially registered with the FIA's Contract Recognition Board, or CRB. Established in 1991, the CRB's primary mandate is to prevent situations where a driver is contractually bound to two different teams for the same period. A surprisingly common issue in F1 history. The CRB acts as a centralized registry, and when disputes arise, serves as the ultimate arbitrator. The infamous 2022 dispute between Oscar Piastri, Alpine, and McLaren is a perfect example. Piastri had signed an agreement with McLaren, while Alpine believed they had him under contract. The CRB was called in to adjudicate, and they ultimately ruled in favor of McLaren, a decision that hinged on the precise wording and registration of the contracts. It was a stark reminder of the critical importance of meticulous legal drafting and official registration. Chapter 3. The post-signing game. Signing the contract is not the end. It's the beginning of a dynamic and often volatile relationship. This is where the real game is played. The official announcement of a new driver is a carefully choreographed media event designed to maximize publicity. But behind the scenes, the contract is a living document, and its clauses can be weaponized. This is especially true of exit clauses. The public speculation around Max Verstappen's performance clause at Red Bull is a masterclass in this dynamic. When the team experiences internal turmoil or a dip in performance, rivals, like Mercedes' Toto Wolff, begin to talk publicly about Verstappen's availability. This isn't just idle chatter, it's a strategic move to destabilize a competitor and create an opportunity. George Russell's public comments that Mercedes' talks with Verstappen were delaying his own contract renewal further fueled this fire. This reveals that contract clauses are not just legal safeguards, they are tools of leverage. The public narrative, shaped by carefully worded comments from team principals and drivers, becomes an integral part of the negotiation strategy. It's a continuous chess game that unfolds both in private and in the full glare of the global media. The immense financial cost of breaking a contract, rumoured to be over £100 million to buy out Max Verstappen, serves as a massive deterrent, or alternatively, a very high price of admission for a team wanting to acquire top talent. The landscape is also shifting in another, more human direction. While contracts are filled with hard clauses, the soft power aspects of the relationship are becoming increasingly important. Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari wasn't just about money, it was about a new challenge, a different environment, and a team willing to collaborate on his personal diversity initiatives. Max Verstappen's future at Red Bull is tied not just to the car's performance, but to the interpersonal dynamics within the team. This shows that elite drivers are not just employees, they are sensitive, high-value assets. Their well-being, their satisfaction with the team's culture, and their alignment with the team's values are becoming critical components of the deal. Future F1 contracts will likely see this trend continue, with more bespoke clauses addressing driver welfare and personal brand alignment. The negotiation is evolving from a purely transactional exchange to a comprehensive long-term partnership. In the high-stakes, high-pressure world of Formula One, a contract is a driver's shield and a team's blueprint. But in a sport where tenths of a second make all the difference, it's also a weapon, a strategy, and a constant, evolving game. While writing this script, we actually skipped the first two stages of a contract. The very first step is scouting, the next is the stakeholders meeting. But Verstappen's negotiation with Mercedes has passed these stages. The Verstappen deal is all but a matter of when. Our prediction is that Red Bull might become a midfield team for the coming years. This is Front Lockout, signing off.